All right, welcome to day 35. Today's Monday. I believe it is the 16th. Yeah, I think it's the 16th. Today we're doing legs, 1-1-1. Structure as always. Time is already going. We have probably 40 seconds left, maybe 30 seconds left. This time I'm going to be doing something a little different. I'm actually going to be doing or trying to do some balance work today. Just pretty much single leg movements, but again, just on the one leg. Honestly, that's gonna get the goal really is to just try and keep engagement in that muscle for me while also working on stabilizing my core, because I haven't really been doing much core work for the entire 35 days. Like I don't do like 3 warm-up sets. First, we're just gonna do regular squats. Today is a little bit cold, so my muscles are also a bit cold, so I want to make sure I warm up real well. But going back into the workouts, it's just going to be single leg movements. I'm going to do 3 different movements, 9 sets overall, 3 warm-up sets, 6 sets of work, which means 3 workouts, 1 in each leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's going to help work my core, which, as I said before, I haven't really been doing much core work. Only because, for whatever reasons, but I don't really like doing core work, if I'm honest with you. Most of my core work that I've done before came from doing push-ups and dips and calisthenic type stuff. But since I can't really do that anymore, I have to actually do like real core work. I still can't. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that I can't. I haven't really tried to do movements where I'm supporting my body weight on arms, like push-up type movements. Definitely not doing push-ups because I've still got pain. Oh, alarm, dismiss. Yeah, because I've still got pain in the shoulder, although my range of motion has increased significantly. I haven't tried any loaded movements yet with heavier weights. I mean, the most time I do is lift up a can of beans or a container with meat or a sandwich, a bowl with food. So that's really all of the loading that I've been doing on that joint. And I'm gonna have to do some unilateral rehab to strengthen that joint, strengthen the stabilizers, so that this joint can support weight evenly so I don't re-injure myself. Now, I don't know if that's gonna involve doing something like physical therapy. I really don't want to do that because I'm going to have to leave the house. I mean, I may be able to do it online, but through like telepresence or whatever. But for something like physical therapy, I would really like to do that in person. But someone will either have to come to the house or I'll have to leave. And I don't really love either of those options. Into round 2. So my heart rate is going up. I am feeling it. I am getting a little warmer. I'm gonna squat for a bit longer this round. You know, as I've mentioned before, Mondays are my muscle waking days. After the weekends, you know, I don't do any strength training on the weekends. Although I did go for a long walk on Saturday, almost 6 miles. Because I happened to be outside. Wasn't home this weekend, so I couldn't go to my regular gym. So instead I walked outside 5.74 miles. Okay. 5.74 miles. Usually I'll do 3 miles, but at a 3-mile-per-hour pace up an incline. And that usually burns a ton of calories. I thought I would burn more calories with my 5.74-mile walk, but I didn't. Normally I'd go over 3,000 calories burned on a walking day when I'm at the gym, but I only hit 2,900 on Saturday, which makes sense because it was more of a stroll than anything else. It wasn't like a focused, vigorous walk, if you will. It was a stroll, and the only hill actually happened close to the end of the workout. So everything else was either relatively flat or going down hills. So I guess it makes sense now. But Monday, we're just waking the muscles up, saying, hey, body, keep these muscles. We don't want them to waste away. Whew. All right. Okay, aerobic zone 3. Okay, so body's getting warm. We have one more warm-up set, after which we'll be good to go. I didn't upload day 32. I'm gonna go ahead and do that before the end of the day today. And I'm also gonna upload this day 35, before the end of the day as well. I don't know if I mentioned this in my other video, but by way of an update, officially down 7.6 pounds to an even 210. Last warm-up round. So now I'm at an even 210. Did go up a bit over the weekend, but I'm pretty sure that's just sodium. Because my diet, even though it wasn't horrible, I set a few kind of rich meals. So I know one of those meals at least was high in sodium. So some water retention would have taken place. So I'm not worried about that. Pretty sure by Friday of this week, I would have gone down to below 210 because I'm back on the train, back on the wagon with the diet, focusing on eating clean, no high salt foods, no high sugar foods, no high fat foods, and if I do, it's healthy fat. All right. So we're into our cardio block for this set. Cannot wait until my arm is good again so I can start doing some resistance training. It's like I'm dropping weight and I can see definition in my body, but I know that definition is just going to be compounded once I start strength training. And strength training also just makes me feel like a more complete person, like I'm actually doing more. I'm doing something effective for my body. So current block, we're in block 2, goes until March 26th. And starting on March 27th, I'm gonna reassess. Might change some macros, might change some activity. But we're just checking to see how much weight I'm losing every week before the coach and I figure out if we're gonna try to be a bit more aggressive or if we're just gonna keep it the way it's been going. All right, 138. So the first set we're gonna do is, and I wish you guys could see this, I should have lowered the camera. It'll be like see this? I'm gonna put this on the floor and I'm gonna bend down and pick it up and then bend down and put it back down. I'm just gonna be doing it on one leg. So it's on the floor now. I'm gonna start with my left leg. Pick that up. Put it down. And this is really forcing me to stabilize. Now the non-bent leg, or rather the leg that's bouncing off the floor, I got it bent. It's not straight or anything. Oh, almost fell that time. Okay. So this leg is in under tension the entire time. Okay. Whew. I'm gonna keep that on the floor. I'm gonna get the heart rate up a little bit more. Just gonna slow this down. Oh, 158. So that little high knee, jogging high knees, really brought up my heart rate. Okay, right leg this time. Okay, bouncing on one leg, all the way down, grab. Oh. I'm gonna keep my focus on one spot on the floor. Help me with my balance. Oh, that is keeping tension on those legs. Actually, I feel like I might just do these. Okay. Woo. Do 20 of these. I do 40 of the others. 10. So the first major milestone for me is going to be 195 pounds. So it's in another 15 or so. So that's going to be another, I don't know, 3 months. We're in March. So April, May, it's like around June, 195. Might be sooner than that, depending on how well block 3 goes. If I'm able to lose a bit more aggressively, but still safely in block 2, that's what I'm gonna do. So the goal for that is gonna be a deficit of about 1,000 calories a day. All right, left leg. Okay, almost slipped. Leg shifted a bit, foot shifted a bit. Now the reason I train like this is because, one, I don't really like training on gym equipment. There's too much setup. Gotta leave the house. Okay. Oh, okay, 158. Yeah, going to a gym, strength training, too much setup. I gotta leave the house, go to the gym, find a machine, make sure it's clear. If someone's on it, then I gotta wait or figure out another machine I can use. Plus, it's just so distracting, all that noise. Unless I do it in the morning, which a little bit different, but that doesn't solve the other issue, which is training for functional strength, flexibility, bulletproofing joints, that kind of thing. Single plane movement doesn't really work for me. It's just the training's too limited and it doesn't really help me with my balance, which is something that I want to develop. Want to become athletic overall, more of a whole athlete rather than just someone with muscles. Okay, 142 is still aerobic. So at the height of this workout, we're going between aerobic and threshold. Okay, right leg down. This leg's a little bit stronger, so I can move a bit faster. Balance is a little bit better too. Oh man, y'all know that's gonna hurt tomorrow. 10 more. Okay. So we got 2 more sets of this. I'm actually going to try something a little bit different. When I go down on the bent leg, I'm going to try to take the leg that's up and stretch it out behind me like that. I know that's going to be tough. I can already tell. Okay, I'm going to start with the left leg down again. This time I said I'm going to try to push that leg behind. Oh, can't go very far, but here we go. No. You'd think that would help with stabilizing, right? It doesn't. It actually makes it a little bit harder. That does make me squeeze the core though. Okay. Okay. So we got one more set after this. I think this is going to be the new format. Balance on Monday, ISO on Wednesday, plyo on Friday. Mix it up, keep it interesting, hit those muscles from different angles, give them different kinds of stimulation. And then the single leg work, helping to balance out some imbalances and weaknesses on my left side. Whew. All right, now one more set. Right leg's gonna be down. Okay, 24 minutes. Heart rate to 153. All right, here we go. Left leg up. Oh. Oh. Ooh. And we are done. Day 35 in the bag. Day 35 of the grand experiment. Still going strong. See you on day 37.